In this video, we're going to look at these SD and CF cards that you use in your camera and audio recorders. I want to point out that these can go bad, and I want to show you a few quick tricks and tips on how you can ensure that you're not going to lose your footage. Now, the other day I was filming something, an episode. You can see that it was about the iFootage monopod, and I was looking at the footage on my camera and it looked fine. And I ran it into my editor, I was all done, I shut everything down, got to my computer, and there was this really weird stuff going on. It looked like someone would take the frame and just swash it with color smears or something like that. I started looking at the lens, I started looking at batteries, all this stuff. I didn't know what was going on. Fortunately, there are people over at the Basic Filmmaker University Facebook group. Some of them are much smarter than me and have experienced this as I never had. They suggested I check out whether or not the card was bad. So right now I'm filming with that particular card that's supposedly bad. I don't know if I'll have these smears or whatever, but I'm gonna go over and reformat the card and see what type of result I get now. Well, I've reformatted the card and apparently things look better. I don't have this weird stuff going on. If I couldn't get it to do it again, I'll show you some pictures and some pieces of video where I was doing the monopod thing and show you what was happening. Now, one of the reasons why that can happen is these cards can go bad over time. And the way you ensure that, and the reason why I had that happen to me, is because I broke one of my cardinal rules and created a Kevin sin. Whenever I insert a card into my audio recorder and into my cameras, and I'm ready to shoot for the day or like for an episode like this, the absolute first thing I do is I format the card in the camera, I format the card in the audio recorder or any other cameras that I'm using. The reason for that is that's my best guarantee that the card's working, the camera's working, and everything's working. I didn't do that on that video, and after, at least for DSLR shooting, after 7 years of shooting on a DSLR, it's the first time I've ever had a problem with one of these cards going bad on me. I don't know why. It was in the same camera, it was the same footage, but I didn't follow my own rules. So rule number one that you should adopt and get into your practice is when you're going to shoot for a day, because at the end of the day you're going to offload your footage or you're going to shoot an episode, and when you're done with that, make sure you format your cards to ensure that everything is working properly. And secondly, when you're done shooting the episode or shooting for the day, you get that card out of the camera, you get that card out of the audio recorder and any other cards, you round them up, and you grab that footage and get it onto your computer as fast as you possibly can, so now you know you're safe and you're backed up. If you want to take more measures and even back up that footage somewhere else, depending on how important this is, that's fine. So that's my advice. That's how I got burned. I burned myself, and I really hope that helps. Just remember to format your cards, check them out, and if they still are bad, just get some new cards. They're not expensive. I've put some various cards that I trust in the links below. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Now, these cards